Ivy, and I'm back with a first episode of Bad vs. Wild. So let's not waste no time. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Nick hops off to JP looking so fresh and so clean. And I'm just like, boy, you don't even have any idea what you are signing up for. But anyways, we have Natalie, the team captain of Team Bad, along with Mariah Lynn, Jayla, Scotty, Tasiki, and of course we have Rolly. And that makes Team Baddies. Then we have in our other corner, Jocelyn, the team captain of Team Wild, along with Andrea, Spin, Egypt, Danny, and the Freakazoid Precious, making Laladejo, Team Wild. So now that we have everybody identified on each team, Natalie puts up her most gangsta face. Jocelyn's feeling like she's that girl, and we're about to get this shit started. Jocelyn pulls up and she's like, who runs this? Who started this? Who made Zeus? You know what the fuck it is. I did. As the baddies also stroll along as well. We have Rolly stepping out, and I got to admit she looks bad in that black. And also we have Jocelyn's girls also coming out their car as well. Bad versus Wild, baby. So they get to showing us the beef and how Natalie called out Jocelyn, trying to make it seem that only the people who really fuck with Zeus is there to watch baddies, and that's it. But of course, Jocelyn is not trying to hear that shit. So anyways, the girls are coming along, and then we see a scene with Natalie and Rolly in them, chopping it up. And as I said before, and as I always say again, Rolly was serving. She was. But yes, back in the other dressing room, we have Jocelyn and her girls doing a little chant. I mean, I respect the energy. I do. Even though it was getting a little corny, I was like, hey, I love that you guys are, united. I love it. Because to be real, if anyone has anyone trained, it would be Jocelyn and them girls. But anyway, Lemon Pepper steps on the scene because, he really wants to be seen. And he, announces Nick. Nick comes out and they join forces. Nick is lit and he's acting like he's prepared. But I don't think he really is. This ain't walling out, baby boy. He brings out Glorilla and she does her thing. And we see a short glance of the girls actually heading out. Nick makes his announcements, and first is, of course, Team Bad. Natalie comes out, again showing her most gangsta face she can make, along with her teammates. They get on the stage and they rap. Baddie, shot o'clock. But that's short-lived because Jocelyn is being announced to come out with her Laladejo teammates. And now they're also coming onto the stage. It's Team Bad versus Team Wild. Let's get it started. The energy is lit. The vibrations is high. And people are walling out, including the teams on the stage. So much so that, like I said, Nick Cannon is looking like, what the fuck am I doing here? But anyways, Jocelyn's doing what she does, and Glorilla is getting a cackle. Nick decides to try to laugh too, but inside I don't know if he really is. And the teams stand side by side. Nick says, Jocelyn, introduce your team. And she stands there. He said, what is your team names, man? And they still stand there. And we're all standing here now. To the point where we're like, okay, I guess we're going to all sit down. Okay. My. I don't know how he's going to get control on this show here, but I wish him luck on episode 2. But anyways, now that everyone is seated and seeming like they're ready to fucking listen, we get introduced to Big Ant and Courtney B. I love that. Courtney B, she's funny. I like her. We're now introduced to the first game as Nick struggles. He says the game is called Break It Off or Take It Off, I think. Basically, you do the dare or you take something off if you don't want to do it. Pretty simple. But of course, we hear disruptions in class, and of course, they're talking shit in the background. I hear Rolly say something like, "We ain't gotta do that, we get money." And someone on Joseline's team says, "But what do you do?" Natalie's like, "I get a bag. I get money." Joseline's like, "No, what you do is what you do on OnlyFans. Beatboxing with your poom poom. Beatboxing." And she starts to display her best beatbox on a poom poom that she can do. I'm like, alrighty, Joseline. You know, she's coming with the shenanigans, man. You know how she does. After Joseline lets us know that it's dripping. And Natalie reminds Joseline's girls that they're actually only $2 hoes, not $5 hoes. Joseline's girls decide to start shaking their grits, and Natalie's team starts to throw their $2 at them. Then out of nowhere, Joseline and her girls decide to break out in choreography. Out of nowhere. You know, it's funny to me because I said to myself, they gonna know that damn dance in their sleep as much as they had to practice it. And they're letting us know that they still know it. They still know every move. I cackle, and Natalie decides to cackle as well as she whispers secrets inside Mariah's ears. What were you saying, Natalie? What were you saying? But anyway, Nick is eager to start round one, but the girls keep on talking. Yak. To the point that Big Ant had to come out and start blowing his goddamn whistle. For a minute, I started to think about white chicks and how Terry Crews was in a club, high, doing the most. The girls are going back and forth, and Tasiki stands up and stomps her feet and says, "Shut the fuck up if you're not an eater." And Joseline looked completely disgusted. Even Nick Cannon was taken back. He was like, "Well, goddamn, if you're not hungry, then be quiet." But yeah, this shit is lit. But of course, there's still bickering going on, and I hear Rolly call Precious and Booty. I call her Freakazoid, but I see what you mean, Rolly. Nick is trying to get things under control as Tasiki is showing out. But finally, we get to the first round. Each team picks 3 girls, and we get started. First action. Do a full split, is what Nick says. As Rolly is still trying to hand out $2, Scotty's the first one to bust it wide. And the ones that were flexible enough to do it too, they did it too. And boy, when Rolly did it, I was just like this girl. I was shocked. I said, yo, I knew it. When that foot made it up on Biggie like that, I knew it. I said, she's flexible, man. And she is. All team members succeed with the challenge, and then we get some pole tricks. And she did her thing. Danny? Yeah, she did that. Tasiki steps up all heavy-footed, stumping and shit, and everyone's like, boo! Nick's like, whoa. Watch out, I don't know if the pole's gonna fall or not. And I guess without it even being a challenge, it done turned into a pole trick contest. And honestly, I don't know what the hell Spin was doing. I know that normally she does her thing too, but she was just doing too much tonight. After she's done almost busting her head wide open, Jayla hops up and they continue to just do whatever they want to do. I'm like, damn, Nick can't even do his job. But anyways, he finally gets some fucking quietness to say the next challenge, and he says, this is gonna really let us know who's a real one. Anyone who can take their wig off for the rest of the show can get this point. They all look around like, yeah, I don't know who doing that. Joseline's team was like, Jayla's like, I'm already natural, baby. So rightfully so, they get that point. But why was Joseline in the back, looking like she was trying to talk her teammate into taking her wig off? Like, Joseline, if you don't want to do it, what makes you think she does? Oh, and oh yeah, her voodoo doll did not count. Nick goes on to announce the next challenge, and man, it breaks out into a twerk contest. I mean, grits everywhere. Everyone's pulling out their grits and letting it be known that they can move it around. And I'm like, well, and Nick is loving it all. After all, those cheeks were being spread and shaped. I mean, really, Rolly took the cake. Literally. The next challenge is to do 20 push-ups. So Jayla and the other one decide to get down and start doing 20 push-ups. Tasiki was tripping by trying to sit on Jayla's back. I know she was just playing, but girl, get your ass out of here. But anyways, Jayla and Danny both get that, and Nick decides that it's basically a tie. Jocelyn feels away and decides to bend it over so he can see her grits. And he's like, don't play with me. You might be my next baby mama. And I'm just like, where her man at? Ain't he here? But we are on round 2, and this game is called Keep It a Stack. Basically a game of truth or dare. They got receipts, and the point is to keep your hand on the stack as the other team captain decides to question you on if it's true or if it's not. Simple enough. Natalie and Jocelyn step up, and Natalie puts her hand on the stack. Jocelyn says, well, look at here. Seeing that you be saying that I be lying, do you even own baddies? And, of course, Natalie says yes. Yes, I do. So Jocelyn's like, all right, well, if you do, then why are you on OnlyFans charging $1.50 to commit murder on your poom-poom? Beatboxing it, girl, why? Jocelyn's like, me and my girl saw you. And Natalie's like, nah, that's a lie. Jocelyn's like, hold on, but let me finish. Natalie's like, but that's a lie. It's a lie. None of my bitches seen my booty hole. Now, don't mark my words on that one, but I feel like that's what she said. Jocelyn goes on to continue what she had to say, and she was like, but we saw it. I saw it. They saw it. The whole world saw it. And Natalie's like, seen what? Jocelyn's like, you putting dildos up your poom. And of course, Natalie's like, that's a lie. That's a lie. Where are your receipts? At this point, Natalie's like, what's the next goddamn question? Are you done? Because it's another lie. It's another goddamn lie. Jocelyn's like, but wait. But didn't you say that you made Zeus? No, baby. It was Jocelyn's cabaret. Jocelyn says, we be on Zeus Network. We be on Zeus Network. Natalie's like, okay, we be on Zeus Network too, sis. Jocelyn still goes on and she says, you want to flex, Natalie. But we all know what you're doing on OnlyFans. You're beatboxing your poom. And Natalie's like, nah, but I get money. I'll make $1 million. And you're lying. They go back and forth. Jocelyn then decides to get on her back and display the way Natalie committed murder on her poom. Nick says, Natalie, did you answer the questions? Natalie's like, look, everything she said was a goddamn lie. But do I got an OnlyFans and I make money on here? Yeah, I do. As Jocelyn's in the back calling her a whore. My. Jocelyn starts to get besides herself, and Nick is looking like a man that doesn't know what to do. Natalie's just like, I'm ready to go ahead and ask my question. But Jocelyn ain't having it, man. She starts beatboxing her poom. Make a beat, hey. Make a beat. Make a beat. And I'm just like, goodness, Jocelyn. Goodness. But the point is, Natalie says, yes, she makes $10 million a year on her OnlyFans. But she doesn't let anybody lick her booty hole. No baddies, and she doesn't make her poom poom beatbox. It's a lie. Now that it's time for Natalie to ask her question, I don't know if it was the rumblings in the background or the crowd, but out of nowhere, Jocelyn says, yes, I love cocaine. I love it. Does someone got a line? Hey, you, are you selling any? Shit, if you are, give me some in them. They want it too. I love coke. Yes, everyone knows I love it. I love it. And I'm like, wow, let us know. I mean, she in love with the cocoa. But I mean, she was honest. As Jocelyn asks the crowd if they know who has the white girl, Natalie's like, I wasn't even going to ask you that question. Jocelyn will not put her hand on the goddamn stack. And she lets us know again that she loves the white girl. She loves her. And the difference between her and Natalie is that she's real. I mean, you know what? She might have a little point there. Because I don't know if it was just me, but I kind of felt like Jocelyn felt like she had to jump ahead of the question before it was asked. Natalie is finally able to ask her question, and she says, Jocelyn, were you eating Molly the maid's booty? But before she could really get any kind of answer, Jocelyn is looking at her like, wait, you're trying to get too gangsta with me. So she's like, you know what? Pop! Natalie tries to get back her, but the chaos has been erupted. Everyone is squabbling. I see bitches on the ground. I see bitches everywhere. They're all fighting. And it's just a goddamn mess. Tasiki is trying to sniff out her next meal. And Rolly tries to run up and ends up face down, ass up. She was down in that position for a while, too. Nick is bamboozled. It's chaotic, and finally, I don't know how, but it just seems like the bodyguards was really making sure Jocelyn and them did not get touched. I mean, Jocelyn did not get touched. So they head back in the dressing room, and yeah, I'm just like, wow. We have Rolly going out bad, trying to bash out windows, and they just go out sad. Not gonna hold you. The baddies go out pretty sad this episode. So I don't know what to expect for these next ones coming up. But yeah, y'all, that's it. And I enjoyed it. It was cool. But that's all I got, y'all. And until next time, I'm out.
That's all, folks.